Well, Kate, rescuers in Turkey are making slow but steady progress in their mission to save an American scientist trapped underground in one of the country's deepest caves. Mark Dickey began suffering from internal bleeding 9 days ago, leaving him unable to get back to the surface without assistance. Rescuers are now slowly carrying him up over 3,000 feet on a stretcher. NBC News foreign correspondent Molly Hunter is following this story for us. So, Molly, of course, every single moment in a situation like this matters. Have rescuers made good progress, and what happens now?
Yeah, Zingle, we have some optimism this afternoon, and we actually have an update from the Emergency and Disaster Management Authority on the ground there, who now tell us they estimate that Mark Dickey may be rescued tonight, maybe as early as between 5 and 6 p.m. Eastern. That is totally an estimate. We don't know exactly what factors they are basing that on, but I do just want to show you some new video. It shows him, as you just mentioned, on a stretcher. He is wrapped up on that stretcher, completely cocooned. They call that patient packaging, so that they can move this stretcher on the pulley system up and down around rocks through very tight passages, and he won't slide off. We've also been told that these last 600 feet, now we're told that it's just under 600 feet until the surface. We are counting moment by moment, as you say, but also feet by feet, is actually a more gradual incline than some of the earlier parts of the cave, which were really kind of vertical, very tight passageways. Rescuers are experts at this. Of course, they're using small explosives and hammers to make the pathway for that stretcher to get out, Zincle.
Molly, of course, the challenge is not just the cave, right? Because once they get out, they're still ways away from the nearest town. How does that work?
Right. They are in the Turkish mountains. And one of the questions we had for rescuers is whether or not he would be moved immediately or whether there would be some kind of assessment. So some of these expert rescuers, as I mentioned, 150 search and rescue experts with him, about 200 personnel total. There are doctors and nurses. And once he gets up to the surface, Zincle, he will be assessed immediately. We have a statement from the director of the Turkish Disaster and Emergency Management, who says first he'll be taken to the National Medical Rescue Team. Turkish doctors and foreign doctors will assess him. And then he will be airlifted by helicopter to the state hospital in Mersin. That's a coastal city in Turkey, just down from the mountains that he is in. But one of the biggest things that we do not know at this time, that doctors, rescuers have not been able to tell us, is what the exact physical problem was, why that internal bleeding started. So still a lot of big questions, and certainly the journey not over once he gets out of that cave.
No, really incredible rescue, and just praying that they all come out okay. Molly Hunter, thank you so much.
Thanks for watching our YouTube channel. Follow today's top stories and breaking news by downloading the NBC News app.